Welcome Capricorn to your in-depth weekly forecast for week commencing the 8th of April for the Ascendant, the Sun or the Moon. On the screen now I'm showing the event chart which provides a backdrop for the whole 7 days. The big takeout is that your ruling planet Saturn has Mars applying to it. It's only 2 degrees away as this week begins. What this suggests, despite the total solar eclipse of Monday, which does occur in a very sensitive area, is that you are going to be more pointed in the way you express your ideas. Now maybe something's been bubbling up for some while, Capricorn. And Mercury, the planet of communication, has of course been in a very tender area for some while. In retrograde, it does actually forge a very fine link at the start of this week with the part of fortune. The part of fortune is the part of this chart that suggests some fortune can come to you by embracing its energies, and it's in the 12th house. So that's saying if you get an instinctive feeling that you feel needs to be expressed, Mercury, despite Mercury's retrograde, Saturn, as it's met by Mars on Wednesday, gives you the platform to punch that across in a very direct way. However, Wednesday is not a great day if you're traveling anywhere and you rush the journey. Now I know with Mercury retrograde, transport systems do tend to get affected, and if you're running late for an appointment or there's a lot of traffic when you're trying to get somewhere, however annoying that may be, don't try to push too hard, because what Saturn can do to Mars is restrict it. In fact, all through this week, do try to pace yourself. You're likely going to get exasperated at times this week. You're going to feel more sensitive than usual. People see you as being very pragmatic. They can absolutely rely upon you. You're hardworking. You take responsibility. You're reliable. Those are all great qualities. But the moon, which is how we feel about things, doesn't work quite so well in your sign. So there could be part of your conditioning which means that you don't accept feelings quite as easily as other people, because for you it's very important to project an appearance of capability, of coping, of not being too affected by situations. But you mustn't see that as weakness, because Monday's total solar eclipse is conjunct with Chiron, and Chiron in the 4th house is very, very powerful. If you didn't feel heard when you were younger, you weren't nurtured, there wasn't a very sensitive environment or very encouraging environment, you could become much more conscious of that over the next half year. But maybe what will happen with Mars applying to Saturn this week is that you're going to tell someone that you're not very happy with the way they're being. But by doing that, you may need to reveal how their behaviour is impacting upon you. And that may, in some ways, make you fearful in terms of your pride. But just remember that the sparkling alliance between Jupiter and Uranus is in the 5th house. The 5th house's chance can be to do with risk and speculation, but these two are going to come back to you spectacularly well by the 21st of this month, and by the end of this week Mars has gone beyond Saturn and starts to reach towards Jupiter in a very enabling sextile. Now Mars will also be involved in the conjunction between Jupiter and Uranus on the 21st. In fact, it starts to link with them beautifully on the 19th. So you are going to find your voice again in a very enthusiastic and motivated way, but this week there could be some tension around anyone who is insensitive around you, takes you for granted, doesn't understand that you do have feelings. However much you just crack on and deal with life, you're going to be much more inclined to tell it how it is. But that's not a bad thing. So don't in any way feel that that's not your right to do. Also, another thing that can be a feature of this week, Capricorn, is if you're really keen on home decoration at the moment, don't be surprised if you want to get some paint charts and some sample pots, or actually get stuck in and make it happen. But if you are traveling anywhere this week, with that combination between Mars and Saturn, or if you go into the gym, if things do get snarled up in traffic, if you're a bit late, don't push too hard. In general, understand the third house is your nervous system. It can be short journeys, can be connections with neighbours, siblings, community, and I feel that you are going to feel more sensitive, and there could be a more reactive, perhaps defensive stance from you, but that's not a bad thing. But I wouldn't rush around anywhere this week for sure. It's been a real pleasure being with you. I hope you have a great week. And if you've yet to do so, please like, comment, share or subscribe.